be doing like there's two possibilities I see here. For the bullish scenario, because we have a bearish scenario where this would be a first wave. Maybe we do a retracement, come a little higher, and then come break the lows, something like that. You know, maybe we come here or whatever. But for the bearish scenario, we wouldn't go too high, and then we would expect the lows to be broken. Now, my bias is that we're actually more bullish. So what I have this is as a possible first wave, and now we're doing a third wave. The third wave is always the biggest one, so this would be a huge push. So the biggest moves of the bull market are always at wave 3. So we would be doing one of those right now, and this second move we did to the upside would be the first wave of that wave 3. So it could be something like this, and yeah, basically we would moon really hard for that in that scenario. Another possibility I see, this is a little bit less likely because this pattern is not very common. It's actually pretty rare, but this could be a diagonal right here. So we could have a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. It would be an expanding diagonal, which is really rare in the macro. So it's not very common to see something like this in the macro. So I'm not very confident about it, but it looks pretty good. It's valid, and it's actually the count that looks the best to me for the bullish scenario, because for the other scenario we have this push to the downside breaking this low on the RSI, which makes it a little bit saucy. So making a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5 to the upside looks a little bit saucy. Looks more likely like a wave 1 retracement, and then we're doing a bigger move. And for a diagonal, there's no problem if this low was broken. But basically on the weekly, what I want to see is I want to see Bitcoin stay above the cloud, or at least don't break below the cloud by too much. So ideally I want to see it bounce from the blue line right here, so somewhere around $25,000, something like that. I'm kind of worried to see everybody looking at that level, because when everybody's looking at the same level, either price never gets there or it blows past beyond it. So that's for the macro. So basically we're right now doing a retracement, and this is a WXY, because we have first push here, 1 2, and then we have a third push here. So this is a triple wave of some sort, and then we have a flat here for a retracement, and we're doing a final leg to the downside. Now the swings could be a little bit different. It could be something like maybe this is the first push, then it came up, and this whole move is still one leg. So maybe it's WX up here and Y. I don't really love that, because this retracement was kind of big for this degree. So if we use our fib time zone right here, we can see that it's really big. Like it went way beyond the 200%. It was like 3 or 4 times the size of this leg. Like if we take, for example, a rectangle and measure this move, then move it to the side, we can see there's 1 2 almost 3 times the size. So that's a little bit saucy. It's not invalid, it's still possible, but I just have it labeled in a different way. And basically that means, well, actually that would give us two different scenarios, because yeah, according to where we're making the swings from, our targets change. So if we have the swings as I have them, we have deeper targets. Our deepest target right here would be $21,200 more or less. And basically our invalidation is below 19,700, something like that. So if Bitcoin comes down here, that's deeper than our deepest target. So that would make me think it's gonna go a lot lower. But I don't think it's gonna come this low, to be honest. There are not a lot of probabilities for that to happen. So now the alternative is that the swing is actually from this first low, something like this. Maybe something like this. And our targets come up. If you see here, like if the swings are like here, our invalidation would be $22,600. We come over here. Yeah, and basically those are the main possibilities here, because for other kinds of structure, these retracement don't make much sense. So for example, I was thinking this could have been some kind of diagonal to the downside, so making a first push right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe from here it could have done a retracement and then do a partner leg for that one. But in diagonals we don't want to see flats, and we have a very clear flat right here. Let me show you. This is an A, B, and C, and we were able to catch this push to the upside by using discount, and made some nice gains for us. So that was a nice one, and that basically invalidates our diagonal possibility, and it's also not likely to be a 1, 2, 1, 2, because this looks like a triangle of some sort. I have this as a triangle, and wave 2 cannot be a triangle, so that's not possible. This has to be some kind of B wave or X wave, so a retracement for a corrective move. And that's good. That's good news for the bulls, because if that confirms that we're in a corrective move, or at least tilts the probabilities and the odds for this being a corrective move, that means we have more upside coming during this year once this move is finished, and we should be pretty close to being done with it. So I'm gonna follow with my main count right here, which is the W here, X here, and Y here. The only problem with this count is that this first push to the downside is kinda ugly for a 5-wave move, but it's also ugly for a WXY, that's the alternative. So I don't mind that much for this move to be a little bit ugly. RSI tells me that these are the swings, so let me go into smaller time frames here. I'm gonna switch a chart. Actually, let me remove the drawing so we can actually start from scratch. So yeah, basically I have this as an ABC, A, B, C. If we take our FIB, trend-based FIB extension, we can measure the move and see that it hit the 100% very nicely. That's the main target for zigzags like this one, so that's pretty clean. We have 5 waves in both moves. If we see the smaller time frames, I think this is something like, where is my tool? Something like this. So we have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where each move for this leg is a triple wave move. So we have 3 waves, 3 waves up, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 3 waves down. And basically we have another 5-wave move here like this: wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. It's an ugly impulsive, but it's valid. So basically I have this move being done like that right here. Then we made a flat for a connector right here, as I mentioned earlier, and now we're doing the final leg to the downside. And when we come into the 4 hour and lower, we can see that this is a very clear 5-wave move. So wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have a divergence at the bottom, and that's it. Now probably some people see this divergence and they could be bullish, you know, because the deepest, oh no, actually never mind, forget about that. Yeah, the divergence ain't that good actually. So yeah, basically we have a first push here. Now we're doing a retracement to the upside. We have Bitcoin doing a triple move up here. So basically we expect this to be a wave A, retracement for B, and then down to C to break the lows. Well, there's two possibilities, right? Like this could be ABC, slightly break the lows, and then come up, which is what I actually
that's what I want to hear.
So
that's what I want to see.
Let me take the if we measure our move for the Y leg, so we take our swing from wave W down here, X up here, and Y to the downside. So we have this first target at 25,400. This is the minimum target for the WXY, but it could go a lot lower, as we mentioned, right? Like 21,100 is the max extension. So basically what I'm thinking here is either we're gonna do a triple wave here, stop at the 618 and then moon, which is my primary count, or we could come actually all the way down here, because if we measure our potential wave here, if we come below the 0.618 and hit the 1618, this move is more likely an impulsive move, so we would expect it to come at least to the 200% or maybe a little bit lower, and then we would expect a retracement and a C wave to the downside, so 5 more legs to the downside or something like that. And that's how we could get to the lowest targets around 22,000 or 21,100. So basically we're expecting a bounce either here or at our 100, 123 or 100
right now we're looking
or 1618 fib extensions down here. Those are the 4 main targets we're expecting a bounce, and those are the places where this move could
what up guys
end.
Welcome.
And I really like the 0.618 because
Sebastian.
We have a lot of confluence there.
Pretty
like
damn good at what he
we
does,
don't have
so.
this move, like we're still building this retracement to the upside.
I'm
so
sure you can zoom in on the chart on your screen
a little bit,
too,
but
on YouTube.
Basically we're expecting it to come somewhere around here, and our targets match quite nicely.
If it's blurry, put it on 1080 60p. That'll solve everything.
It comes to this area. So our 100 and 123 are our main targets for ABC.
Shocking crypto.
So yeah, let me go a little bit into what we have closer right here. Right here I see a very clear diagonal, so we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There were other possibilities, but it's more likely a diagonal because we have 5 moves on the first push, retracement, 5 moves on the second push, retracement, 5 moves on the second push.
You guys already know. You guys know that I'm leverage trading Bitcoin
and
the
even
whole
though
way
this
through
looks
the
like
bull run.
3 waves, at
you already know.
Sight,
if you haven't seen my last
when
video
we measure the moves
on
and
Bitcoin,
project the first
go check
push
out my last
out
live
of the
stream.
retracement, we can see that it
video
hit the
that's more
200% to the tick.
You know what I mean?
So when our 200% PIB extension is hit, it's most likely an impulsive move of some sort. So probably if we zoom in, we can count the 5 waves, which I'm not gonna do right now because This move is kind of ugly, and we have to go into very small time frames to look at that. But yeah, it's more likely um, something like that. There's an alternative where maybe this is a W here. Maybe this was a flat, some kind of weird flat with an overextension, I don't know, but this could be the retracement, and then we would be doing another push to the upside.
Oh, let's do that. I like that.
There's not much of a
like
difference
that.
because both highs are pretty close, so basically if we make our fib projection from here, we get our main targets. The minimum would be 27,400. Then we have our main area of interest at 27,700, 27,900, and we would have a max extension of 28,200. And that's possible. Lovely. And if we move this for the diagonal, it's more likely to stop at the 100% or the 123. If this is the count coming up to the 1.618, would make it kind of suspicious. So if we want to short, we probably want to use we want to keep it above this 1.618, and if you see, it's close to the high. So for shorting this, I think the safest stop loss would be at the high, something like that. It's a pretty deep stop loss, so risk management is super important if you want to take this trade like that, but it would be something like this, right? It's 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, not the best. You can improve it by bringing this closer to the 1.618. 1 to 4 is already a nice risk to reward, so definitely a short worth trying, in my opinion. Especially since it could go a lot lower, right? Like our most bearish targets are pretty
going to go to the upside, though. He's
pretty
saying
deep
we're going
right
to go
here,
to the upside and
down
then
to
drop.
$21,000. So if it comes down here, it's a 1 to 11 risk to reward ratio. So
big ass short at the top.
That's pretty sweet. And it's a 2% stop loss, right? So it's not that bad. It's quite decent. 2% stop loss is actually pretty standard for most traders. So let's see how this plays out. Basically, we're expecting a move somewhere around here to some of these areas, maybe around 27,400, 27,700, 27,900, 28 maybe, or 28,300, something like that. And if we take our fib retracement tool right here to measure the move, we can see that we have some confluence at the 0.786, the 0.9 almost. Usually these are my favorite areas to enter trades because they are super close to the invalidation, right? Like our high is the invalidation, so entering at the 0.786 or maybe slightly lower at this target gives us a nice risk to reward ratio. And if it comes up to the 0.9 fib, that's really amazing. Like,
oh yeah,
those are the best trades when it comes to the 0.9 and then comes down or reverses from the 0.9 fib. So yeah, basically that's what we're expecting here. And
I got my fib out.
I think it's very important for us to catch the end of this move and make sure we have some exposure to longs once we start hitting the targets, because I think we're gonna see the biggest move of the year after this. I follow Steve from Crypto Crew University a lot, like very closely. I really like his analysis for the macro, and one of his indicators is about to flash a signal for the biggest move of the year to be like right around the corner. And since we're finishing this correction, I'm pretty confident that that next big move and that the biggest move of the year is gonna be to the upside because of that. So Basically, I'm expecting
there,
price
Chaka?
to maybe come a little bit higher.
Chaka, you're the one with the YouTube
come
too?
down either to this level or somewhere around these levels. I'm hoping we get to the 1.618 because it's the deepest level we have. It's pretty close to our invalidation, and that would give us a really big move, and that would be pretty sweet because we can have our stop loss right at this
What
low.
up, guys? Bitcoin TA.
Like that.
Y'all just hopped in. Bitcoin TA.
Right below the 200%, right below the low, or right at the low for the 1212. And basically, I'm thinking we're gonna bounce probably a lot sooner here because of the RSI. We don't want to see the RSI breaking this low. And I think that going to the 1.618 could make the RSI break this low and invalidate our 1212 scenario. So yeah, that's something to be mindful of. What else here? Some ideas for the longs, like one way to go about it would be to start laddering into your longs. Oops, wrong tool. So we could start laddering into longs somewhere around here, place our stop loss at the low, and get a ladder here, get a ladder around 100 and the 123, and our last ladder at the 1618.
You see how that short's going down?
This is probably a good trade for
you're saying it's gonna bounce off the
spot.
618 Fibonacci right there.
Yeah,
I'm saying that would be a good place to put a long
trading. So
right, this area
as
right
a holder, those are the levels I'm looking at to add Bitcoin to my bags.
Fibonacci. He's saying it's gonna bounce off that.
But for futures, I'm considering something different here because
maybe after we tap.
Let's look at this.
27,400, 27,500, around there.
We go into the
4 hour.
Fall
off
that's gonna
and bounce off the 618.
Some good.
Retrace back
Let
up.
me remove this. So
higher.
basically, if we have this as a first push, a first leg of something, and then we have a retracement. Yeah, going into the smaller time frames, as we mentioned, we have something like this. Maybe no, we could come up to the 100, 123. I like the 123 because if you see, we have some liquidity over here. This red vector candle tells us that
that's where I'll put in a short.
Market makers started pushing price down from this level, so they might want to come up here again to start selling from that level.
Is the 123 the golden pocket?
Let's say we come up to this level.
Sorry, I'm asking you guys,
and that
like
gives
you know.
us some targets around
sure
here. I don't know. We have another vector candle here, so yeah. If you see, they are pretty close to our 100% and our 123. So we might come to those levels and drop from there. Yeah, and if we come into the 1 hour time frame, this is the vector we have. You see, it almost matches our 100%. So that's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet confluence. And if we come to these levels, we can come down here. And yeah, I like the 100% because look how nicely our targets would match down here with the 0.618 for the bigger degree and the 1.23 for the smaller degree. So yeah, this would be a nice setup. For example, I would be looking for a long somewhere around here. Stop loss below the 1.618 because if it hits the 1.618, it's more likely an impulsive move and it's gonna go lower. So basically, if we hit this level, we can be quite confident that it's gonna come lower, right? So we could try something like this, 2.79% stop loss, not bad. And yeah,
you guys can zoom in on the
bull market
screen,
is back,
on your phone, on YouTube.
Should give us pretty high targets. And if the bull market is not back, it would still be a really nice trade because for our bearish scenarios, we would have targets something like this. So our first push is from the low of this year to the high of this year, down to the end of this retracement. You see, our first target would be $38,000. So it's a 1 to 18 trade just to our first target. It would most likely go to the 100%, 123. That's a 1 to 47 trade. Like, that's freaking insane.
That is insane.
That plays out like that.
That is insane.
And if we're bullish, like, this is gonna come a lot higher, right? Like, if this is the bull market, we could come up to 77,000, $100,000 or higher, whatever. Like, if this is a wave 3, we don't really have a max target. Like, it could keep going on for a while.
Wow.
So yeah, that's definitely a long I want to have exposure to. In the case that price comes down and actually stops us from that trade, then I'm expecting it to actually come. Let me show you. If that happens, then that would be a wave 3, so it would be a wave 1, 2. If it comes down here, that would be a wave 3, 4, 5, probably down to the 200% or something like that, maybe a little bit lower. Then we would expect a retracement, and then we would get our next drop to the downside, right? Again, 5 moves to the downside. Probably a diagonal of some sort. Since usually they alternate, this would be an impulsive move, then we would have a diagonal, so it could be something like this, and come down to our 21,100 level. Yeah, I would really like this one, and for this scenario, our stop loss is a little bit wider, so we could do something like this: stop loss at the low, entry at the 1618, and again move up to the moon. If we adjust our targets here, let's say we come down here, our first target is 52% move, so 1 to 7 risk to reward ratio, pretty nice. Our most probable targets would be somewhere around here. For the bearish scenario, we could bounce out of 42,000, 49,000, and maybe even come up to 64,000. And then we could come down from there. Now, yeah, this is a little bit high. If we come up here, I think it's more likely we keep going. So yeah, I think if we're bearish, it's more likely to bounce around $42,000, $49,000. We can see that we have like, that's the level where market makers started selling and letting price drop last year. So yeah, it makes sense, right? Like, they might wanna drop the price from the start selling and dropping the price from the same place they did it last year. So that's something to be careful with. But the long is really good anyways, right? Like, this first target at the 100% is a 1 to 13 risk to reward ratio. So these are basically swing trades. I'm planning to fill my bags as much as I can in both entries. Like, at the I hope the very first one holds, because that would look a lot better for the weekly. If we don't break below this cloud, we could be repeating the same pattern we did here. You see, we had price push, break the blue line, retrace, make another high, retest, and then the bull market started. The previous bull market was something similar, broke the blue line, came to test it, made another high, tested it one more time, and then the bull market started. And basically every bull market has started the same way. You see, break of the blue line, come back down and test it, second rise, second test, and then the bull market, right? So on the weekly, that would be our most bullish scenario, in my opinion. So holding this purple cloud support would be really bullish. If we break below it, it would be kind of suspicious, but it can still be bullish even if that happens. So let's see what happens. I think getting some exposure to longs on the next drop, or getting our bags filled for our spot trades, that could also work, or for our hodl bags. I think that's a really good idea. Now, that's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. You gotta make your own decisions on how you wanna roll with this, how much risk you wanna take, and ultimately you're the one pushing the button, so be very mindful of what you're gonna do. Remember to protect your capital, and this is just my opinion and how I'm planning to ride this. I'm far from being right all the time, but I'm right at least more than half of the times. Like, my win rate is usually around 60%, so
that's not bad.
Yeah, I hope that helps you make your own decisions and plan on how to roll with this. And yeah, if you see this video on YouTube, you can come join us to talk about the charts and the smaller moves that we're making in our Discord channel. And if you're in the Discord channel, I'm gonna open up some time right now to answer questions or maybe look at other coins. And yeah, that's pretty much our update for today. And yeah, if you wanna get the alpha for what we're doing on the Market Surfers Discord channel, we're gonna be waiting you there. So remember, stay safe, protect your capital, and let's hope we are in the bull run already and ready to make some good money. Any questions, guys? Anything you'd like us to check out? Should we jump to into some altcoins here? I think there are some nice things going on for altcoins as well.
Do you guys have an altcoin that you want to look up? Let me know. Type it in the chat.
Oh, I see there's some comments here. Oh, your stream is not working, only voice. Hey, what did you say, Masha?
Pipi.
Pipi. Ah, Pepe. You wanna see Pepe? Eh?
She said Pepe.
Pepe, 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 Pepe. Okay, Pepe is pretty weird. Oof. I know. Okay, these targets are not. It's crazy. It bounced off of the target for a previous move. You see here, I have this, and it bounced off the 1.618, but it has nothing to do with the move it's doing right now. So let's see. I think it hit targets anyways. So yeah. Oof, it was super close to the 100%.
Is it the last leg or no? Is it the
yeah,
last
the structure
leg
for Pepe is pretty weird.
Yeah.
It bounced off bull target, so if it doesn't break this low, it's probably gonna go higher. And when I say higher, I mean my first target is around 0.2355, somewhere like that. No, this 100%, right 123. This is a nice area. That's where I'm looking to take profits out of my Pepe long. As you can see, I got along somewhere around here. We're pretty much around my entry. Right now, I think I moved my stop loss already to this low. If I'm correct, might be wrong. But something like that. So it could go higher. I think I like Sol a lot better. Sol is something I want to look at here with you guys, because I think we might be about to get a nice short. Basically, we have a first push from this low to this high. We have 5 really clean waves. Then we have our retracement down here. What's going on? Let me go into the 4 hour. Because this, I want to get this as good as possible. Yeah, so basically we have these 5 waves up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retracement. Now we're doing a wave 3, if you can see here. If we take a measured move for our wave 3 of this degree, It should at least come up here to the 1618, most likely to the 200%. Altcoins usually do waves 3 that come up to the 200%, and actually the 200% is a very common target for wave 3, but yeah, if you see, it matches our first bear target over here. So we basically wanna see something like this. I don't know, push up somewhere here, retrace, and another push up. You know, maybe higher, maybe lower, whatever, but maybe something like this. And we want to see a divergence on the RSI when that happens. If you see here, right now this move is the highest for the sequence on the RSI, so we're waiting for this move to finish, come down, make another push up without breaking the high for this swing, and then that's where we would be looking for shorts. Something like this could be. Now I wouldn't take this trade like this because it's a pretty deep stop loss. I want to wait and see the wave 3 and 5, and once we have some divergences, we're probably gonna be able to have some tighter stop losses over here. Maybe something like this, you know, like this would be really nice, a 2% stop loss or something like that. Because Solana could be doing a WXY here. WXY, you see we would be coming down to the 100, 123 down here, around $15, $13 maybe. And that's my bearish scenario. I have another scenario where it's already going a lot higher. Basically, we can look at that scenario if this high is broken, but I don't really love that scenario because of this move right here. It's a little bit weird. When we measure this move, this looks quite impulsive. You see, it went beyond the 200%, so for my other scenario, this would need to be a flat, where basically we have an A here, B up here, and a C wave down here. But again, the B wave for that scenario doesn't look good at all. So I was thinking this because when we look at the RSI, this looks like an ending diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it could also be a leading diagonal. So yeah, let's roll with the bearish count for now. If this high gets broken, we can start looking at the bullish scenarios. But if it doesn't, we're expecting Solana to come down here, maybe down to $11. That would be a dream come true. But yeah, if we take a measured move for the Y leg of this would be wave A of Y, B of Y, something like this. And yeah, let's see, the 100% looks good. Yeah, the 100% gives us a nice match right here on the 100% of the WXY. And it could even come down to the 1618 for a max extension of C wave here.
You probably want to get ready to get in.
Or maybe it comes a little bit higher, you know, somewhere like that, but it basically gives us nice targets. And the 100% looks best, like almost perfect matching targets over here. So that could be a really nice short over here. We enter at the 100%. I don't know, right now the stop loss would be over here, and you know, even if that's the case, it's not a terrible trade. 1 to 2, not the best trade either, but you know, something like this could be better. 1 to 4, not terrible. Oops, what happened here? Not terrible, but I want to wait since our invalidation is still higher. I just want to see what kind of structure it builds here, and where we finish our wave 3, and then where we finish our wave 4, because we can take once we finish a wave 4, we can make a projection for wave 5 and have a better idea of what's happening. But right now we don't have enough candles for that. We just know it's going up. We can see it's printing a vector candle above the 800, like above all EMAs, so that's pretty neat. On the 4-hour, a vector candle above here, that's pretty nice.
Yo, what's that coin?
Let's see how high it gets. Now that's Solana. Another one I'm looking at that looks pretty nice. It's XRP. Let me clean this. Okay, let me take this chart. Maybe this one's better. Yeah.
Bro, the
so
homie was trying to short
basically
XRP
for XRP
night.
we
He kept
have
getting fucked up.
5 moves down right here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have this as a leading diagonal. Now this as a retracement. We don't want to break this high right here for the short to play out. So our ultimate invalidation is this high, somewhere around here. And we have some targets here. Like right now we're at the 123. So it could already be done. Like this could already be a finished move. So I already added a short, a very small ladder right here because we're still pretty far from the invalidation. I have my stop loss at the high. And basically I have a ladder here, a ladder a little bit higher, and my most important ladder right here at the 1.618. Right here we have a lot of confluence. We have a vector candle, we have our max extension for this retracement, and we have a harmonic optimum price here. So a harmonic optimal price, or however it's called.
Guys, if you have any coins you want to look at,
I think it's a bat or something like that. So there are many signs for a potential reversal right here. So that's the best entry in my opinion. I'm playing it very lightly on the way up there, and I'm gonna go a little bit heavier right at this level because it looks pretty good. Like 3% stop loss to catch a potential 35% drop. That's insane. Like that's definitely a trade I want to have exposure to.
That's insane, man. Let's go.
And yeah, that's for XRP. And basically across the board I think we still have a little bit higher, like things are gonna still go a little bit higher,
up, right, and reach that point right here,
and then come down to
and
break
put in a short and
the
just
lows
ride that
from
bitch
around
down,
May, the May lows, and then we should see a bigger move to the upside in everything. Does that make sense to you guys?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Abso-fucking positively.
Let me see. Tron, TRX.
TRX, bitch, let's go.
I don't really chart this too much, so let's see what we can find here. Perpetual futures for Tron. Let me see, what's this shit doing? Okay, so first of all, this push looks like 5-wave move of some sort. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Tron's chart at all, so take my analysis for Tron with a grain of salt, because
no problem.
To have a very tight analysis for this, it would take probably a couple of hours, so I'm just gonna do an express charting here. Yeah, and actually I think that's not... Let me look at the index for Tron. Market cap. Nope, not market cap.
Yeah, Lee, look at all that TRX.
Coin metrics. Dominance, we don't want to see the dominance. Maybe we can use market cap. TRX USD, maybe that helps us find it. Here it is.
Right.
Spot crypto by trading view. Okay, let me see, because yeah, I knew there was more to it than I was looking at. So
Beautiful.
mm,
It's a beautiful, huh? It's a beautiful,
yeah,
eh?
this is a weird chart. Huh. This looks like a corrective move, but this looks like a triangle. Yeah, this definitely should be a triangle right here. A, B, C, D, E. Oh, maybe it's a diagonal. Oof.
This guy's like the Elliot
Yeah,
wave
so okay,
guy.
let's see. For bullish targets for Tron, we would have something like this on the macro. It could be on its way up to these levels above the all-time high, maybe the 0.618, something like that. And for bearish targets, we wanna see a bounce here. Sorry for my dog, it's getting a little bit crazy here.
Yo, give me another coin, guys.
So
give me
yeah,
another coin.
if Tron bounces around here, maybe up to the 1.618, it could go down to these targets. Yeah, let's say it goes to the max extension, it could drop down here. It's looking pretty corrective on the macro, so definitely not my favorite coin to trade right now, because it doesn't really seem finished. Could be if this is a triangle, that would be the best for Tron, because we would be making well, not the best, because this would be a W X down here and then Y leg to the upside. Like, it would be pretty bearish on the longer time frames, but it could be bullish for now, at least. Now it could triple its price from here, a little bit more than triple, so that would be nice. Now BTC and ETH. Okay, let me go really quick to BTC to update you, Furkan. Give me a second, bro. Ethereum is a little bit weirder. I'm not really looking too much at Ethereum right now, but for BTC, what we're expecting is a move up somewhere around here, and then a drop either to this level around $25,000 or down to $21,000, most likely.
Oh, I would love that.
Maybe 22,700. That's another level of interest. But yeah, basically those are the three levels I'm expecting a bounce from for BTC, and yeah, I'm expecting a drop from this zone between 27.7 and 28, more or less, something like that. For Ethereum, let me see here. I'm not really sure what the hell Ethereum is doing, to be honest.
And a little
looks kind of weird.
A big bump
I'm thinking, okay, let me grab a clean chart here.
Anywhere the wind blows.
So yeah, I'm thinking ETH could very easily be on its way up to 1993, more or less, something like that. This could be a WXY, where this would be wave A for leg Y and B, and yeah, we could come up around here, maybe to the 0.618. Yeah, we would be expecting Ethereum to come maybe a little bit higher. Could be done already as well, like maybe it just drops from here. But yeah, I think it's more likely gonna come up at least a little bit higher. Yeah, probably around 1978, 1993, more or less.
That motherfucker.
But the structure is pretty weird. I'm not very confident on my Ethereum count right now.
Oh man.
But in the macro, if something like this plays out, this could be a wave W.
Usually when I see a bull like
Let's
this
say Y,
motherfucker
and then
does
it
the whole
could come
half
down
pipe
to
and goes and finishes
$1,600,
it.
$1,500 more or less, something like that.
That's just my opinion. That's just me. ETH looks bullish for a couple.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah. A shizzle.
Cool. Oh, another coin I want to share with you, I've been looking at, is APT. APT could be doing something bigger. It could be coming down. The structure to the downside is pretty weird. It's pretty close to our first area, like it's bouncing out off of our first area of interest. This could be a flat because this push to the downside, either like it could be a truncation and now we're building a new structure to the upside, or it could be a flat. I think it's more likely a flat because I see A, B, C. For wave C, we already have wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm considering taking a short somewhere up here. Yeah, and for this scenario to play out, I want to see these highs on the RSI to hold. So I might be looking for a short when the RSI hits these levels. Hopefully around these levels, we can see that we have some confluence between the 800 EMA and our 0.618 target here. So that looks nice. I tried a short somewhere around here, but it stopped me out with these wicks. So now I'm waiting for it to come a little bit higher and maybe try again the short.
Luna, bitch.
But yeah, that's APT. Basically here the RSI is what's making the short look very sexy. We want to see these divergences to hold, and we want to see, yeah, something like this. We can actually, yeah, we can see this is a wave 4, 2, 4, 5, something like that. But yeah, RSI is compressing at the highs, so I'm expecting a drop somewhere from there kind of soon.
Okay.
And it could go down to 7.5, maybe down to $7, 6.46, something like that. That's APT. It's kind of weird. Phantom is one I'm liking. Actually, Phantom is one of my favorite longs. I was able to catch a long down here. Our NFT holders also got this really nice long over here. It's one of the most bullish coins in my opinion because we have a very clear diagonal here. Went a little bit too deep for our flat scenario here. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, actually this looks like a WX. Wait, what the hell? Oh. Yeah, I have this as a diagonal, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh, weird. We have 7 swings. Might be doing something else. But should at least come higher from here because we have on the micro we have five waves here. So we have a diagonal. This means this is a first push, retracement, and we're expecting Phantom to come at least to 0.34, somewhere around there. We can see it's printing a nice green candle here. Arbitrum is another nice one. Let me remove this. Yeah, I think Arbitrum is coming at least up to this 100% to 1.32, something like that. And this could be doing a diagonal here, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for that scenario, we want to see this RSI high to hold. So we want to see something like maybe RSI pushes up here and then comes down for a retracement without breaking this high right here. And if that plays out like that, this would give us a potential leading diagonal over here, maybe a retracement, and then we would be set up to the races for Arbitrum. So I think Arbitrum is gonna have a nice little push here, but it should take it a little bit longer to start its bull market or its bigger move to the upside. Maybe a nice little scalp up to that high. If we look at the 1 hour here, let's see. This could be, yeah. 1, 2, oh no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be a diagonal. Our targets to the downside, are they looking good? Oof, it hit our max target to the downside, so yeah, it could be going up from here. We have a nice bull diff in momentum. Cluster is going up. We're getting a MACD cross. This is the 15-minute. Let me go higher. Yeah, the 1 hour doesn't look too bullish. Could be going lower before going higher. Yeah, I think it could come down to recover this vector candle before going up, maybe. Maybe this is a WXY. If that's the case, we would have some targets down here. Let's see. That's a little bit too deep. Maybe it comes up first. Yeah, could do something like this. Maybe it comes up, down, up, and then down for a bigger retracement, something like that. That's a little bit weird. We have some longs again. In the premium side of the group, we have longs. Oops. We grabbed first this long, something like that, and then we grabbed this long. This one is the one playing out better. Was a really nice and tight stop loss. 0.82% for a shitcoin. That's a really nice entry. We already took some profits here and letting it ride to see how high it goes. Ooh, Luna, yeah, Luna, bro. Nice, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, baby, you already know what's up, cuz.
I'm quite bullish on Luna. I've been building longs for Luna like for months already.
You know what's up, cuz?
I've been dragging that trade in the reds at least for 1 or 2 months, I think.
Let me take my ass over to Luna. Let's go.
Oh shit! Nice. This baby is mooning, bro. This is definitely a wave 3. Like, there's no other way around it. Yeah, Luna is going back to its all-time high, I think. I hope, at least. This is definitely a wave 3. It just hit the 1.618. This makes me quite confident that the move down is pretty much done. If we look at the daily, okay, it's not this one. What's the best Luna chart? This one, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking Luna is gonna break this high at least. You know, 480% trade. But actually, we're at my. Oh wait, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, I think I like Luna.
Let me see the chart where we have the Luna
prevalent.
crash as well.
Did I use that word
somewhere around here, maybe.
Prevalent.
Oh, no.
Imminent. Sediment.
Yeah, well, basically it came down to
relevant.
Our 100% over here, 123% fib extension for the retracement. Not really sure what the count is here. It's really damn ugly.
Filament. Parliament.
Let me see.
Right back. Right back.
Yeah, we have our retracement. It could still come down to the 0.9 fib, but if you see, this is the long I've been loading. You know, we're at our at my first entry for this long. I added a little bit down here, and I have another ladder for this one at the 1.618. But since this is already making such a nice impulsive move to the upside, I think the correction might be done. And get ready, because we're gonna see some really bullish targets.
Listen, I'm taking a long on Luna as
right
we
here.
Speak. I'm taking a.
Because this could be doing something like this.
Kidding me?
First push here, retracement down to this low, and yeah, we have some targets right around here. Our first target would be this one, 0.001143, more or less. And I think it's very likely to go higher. So even when I had a 62% stop loss, this is still a 1 to 26 risk to reward ratio trade. You know, like, this is freaking insane. 1 to 28. I had a 62% stop loss, bro. Like, what the hell? What the hell is this trade? Now, if it manages to come recover the vectors, like, let's say it comes to $1, oof, I'm gonna be so happy, bro. So freaking happy. And yeah, I was pretty bullish on Luna. Like, I've been really bullish for Luna for a while now. For several months I've been talking about this trade. And I like it because, like, breaking this low, it's near impossible in my opinion. You know, like, if last year it didn't break below this with the news, like, I don't know what would need to happen for Luna to break this low, to go below the apocalypse drop that it had. You know, like, for me it already died and it's starting something new from here. Like, it's gonna be really hard for Luna to break below this. I also have this as, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Huh. Kinda weird. The move up looks corrective, so let's take this with a grain of salt. But man, I was able to catch also some positions for this somewhere around here. And it's playing out nicely. Man, that dildo is freaking amazing. I love it. This green candle, it's making me so happy, bro. So freaking happy. It's breaking all resistances. It's gonna moon like crazy. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking for Luna. Luna is going to the moon, boys. Like, what the hell is this trade? I want to 282% trade, like risk to reward ratio. Man, if it gets up here, I'm gonna make so much money off of this Luna trade. So yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And it definitely looks like it's getting started to go there, right? Like, look at that. Volume is kicking in. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, the volume is almost breaking this year's high. If volume breaks this year's high, it's gonna make me a lot more bullish. cluster on the daily looks like it has a lot of room to go up. We can also see that the trend is going up. Yeah, Luna is gonna moon really hard. For sure.
Let's get it.
I hope that does that help you with what you wanted to look at for Luna, bro? Lunacy. Alrighty then. So, moon time. Hope you guys are ready for the moon, bro. I've been loading longs for a while. If you're not ready, no worries, because we're expecting Bitcoin and most coins to still have another leg down. So if you're not in longs, there's no need to FOMO. We're probably gonna have a really nice chance to build longs at lower levels. So let's remain patient, wait and see what the market makers are preparing for us. And yeah, right now I think longs should be our main priority for the long term. Like maybe for scalps, we're still in a downtrend, so shorts for scalps should play out. Maybe intraday, intra-week trades, shorts are still primed for that, but once we break these lows, it's time to hunt longs aggressively, in my opinion. Thanks, bro. I'm glad it's being helpful, and I hope we get to catch these longs, because I'm pretty bullish, bro. Like, if we're about to see the biggest move of the year, and it wasn't like, if this year we've just been preparing for the biggest move of the year, I feel we're gonna have a really big move, and building longs in the next lows is gonna be definitely worth it. Gonna be building my hodl bags, longs, everything, because I'm bullish. Yeah, man, it's time to make some gains. The bear market is such a pain in the ass. It was about time to get it done. With it. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you know when I think the move to the downside is done, when I start building longs and whatnot. You already know the two levels I'm thinking for longs. For my hodl bags, I'm just gonna be adding here. So for my hodl bags, I have 4 targets, which are the 0.618, 25,400, then the 100% at 23,700, then the 123 at 22,700, and finally one last buy at 21,100. It's probably gonna take a while. Like, I don't expect things to get moving really quick. I think June, July, we're gonna keep doing the correction, like finish the correction and maybe start the move to the upside. But between August and November, I think we're gonna be skyrocketing. Like, I think August to November we're gonna be mooning, and maybe even further beyond. Like, if the bull market is actually in and we see some impulsive moves to the upside and not a corrective move, that's gonna be really sweet, and we're gonna go really high. As high as Cheech and Chong, bro.
Yo, this is stupid. Let's go, bro.
All the way through the halving, bro, indeed. That's exactly right.
Absolutely. Do that.
Alrighty, boys and girl. I'm leaving now. Gotta go eat something. Hope this helps you and that you feel ready for what's coming, because big things are heading towards us. Let's keep our sniper loaded and get ready to roll. Yeah, I'm super bullish too, bro. Super darn bullish. Let's see how this plays out. Like, my bearish targets are $47,000, right? Like, that's the minimum I'm expecting for Bitcoin to go, or $42,000. It's my bare minimum target. My bare target. So that's still a pretty nice, 55% from where we are. 100% from the deepest we can go, from our deepest targets. So that's definitely not bad at all. So yeah, let's enjoy it, fam. I'll see you again soon. Enjoy your Sunday. Talk soon. Bye for now.
Get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, boys. Let's get it, boys. Let's get it. Let's get it on. Look at Bitcoin, right? Look at Bitcoin. Just following this Laker purple line I drew the other day. It just wants to follow. And anything down below this thing has been a great entry point right past this purple line. And this is what I call the channel. The trending channel. Right? Like we said, when we came down, we were going downhill on this green path. Right? And then we created this junction where it was hard to pull down after that. Right? Now we start going. Right? I hope to climb up here and put in a short at the top right here. Right? Where is this at? It's at around 28.35, but just to be safe, you might want to something like that, or maybe down here, right? And like he was doing, he put a stop loss going all the way up here. So maybe around the 28,000 mark is when you should get ready. Maybe 27,800 is when you should start looking at it. I do have a long open starting from down here, right at 26,600 almost. So I've just been riding this bitch up, and I hope that we're gonna get some kind of mooning effect and get up here. Then I'll draw my short entry, right? Because we have liquidity here to grab. Shit, maybe if we go way up, that'd be amazing. Right? That's my short-term look on Bitcoin. You already know the halving. We're in full effect as we zoom out of this. Right, let's go to the daily chart. As we zoom out of this, look at this shit. Winning. As we zoom out, right, and take a look at all these Bitcoin halving events. We are in the 1 year prior threshold right now, guys. 1 year prior to the fourth Bitcoin halving. The fourth generational Bitcoin halving event. Right? And what has happened in the first, second, and third generational Bitcoin halving event? All-time highs for Bitcoin have been created. No matter what pandemic, no matter what fucking war, no matter what terrorist act, no matter what fucking recession, no matter what housing crash, no matter what fucking scenario. This motherfucker moons 1 year later. Always moons. Look at these boxes. 1 year later. If you bought here, you wait 1 year later. Moon boy. Okay? Let's go back to the first guy. The first one that ever happened. If you bought here, $5, $12, I don't care, $15, $100. 1 year later after the halving, moon boy to 1100. You fuck face. Huh? Look, 1 year prior, which we are in the 1 year prior threshold, right? Gonna buy Bitcoin at fucking $239. 6 months prior, you could have bought Bitcoin at $400. The halving event, Bitcoin was at $688 by then. And if you held a year after the halving event, I don't care what part of this you bought, if you just bought it and held it, no matter what dips, you hear me? No matter what dips, grow some fucking balls and just hold that shit. After the halving, for 1 year, bang. You're gonna go from 688 to 2,500, bro. And if you held another 6 months after that, well, you reached kingdom come. You reached my life has changed. If you cash out, right? And that's the name of the game, is cashing the fuck out. Why would you hold your crypto? Listen, you've gone through this scenario before. We've gone through it together. Now, when you think about everything we've been through, it's like, why would you hold your crypto? The whole point is cashing out your crypto and bringing it to real life. You got me? And then look what happens when when you see this, when you see the half pipe formation, listen to all my skaters out there. I was a hardcore skater, bro. I stayed in the streets all night, all day. But when you skate that half pipe and you catch some vert, in skateboarding we call that the vert ramp. When you go up that vert ramp and you catch vertical, yo, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Right? And that bitch dropped. See, you want to get out of there. 1 year prior, this is the third halving. Now, this is interesting. The third halving 1 year prior, we actually go downhill, right? But during the 6 month, you kind of get some gains, right? Because you go from 73,000 or 7,000 to 10,000. But then 2 months prior, there's a fat dip. Boom. Right? But here's my point. If you held on and didn't get scared, right? So this is what I'm saying. Anything 6 months prior you even buy right now, bro, when this halving happens, winning, I don't care what you bought it at, dude. You could buy it at 16,000. What's 16,000 to fucking 64, 70,000, bro? You feel me? And if you held on after that third halving for 1 year, you're in. You sell at the top. It dips. Boom. As soon as you see something else happen, that's when you know you probably have to fucking buy in right here again and bam, cash out. So you gotta be aware of these peaks. You know, when we create these big bubbles. So this is the all-time high from last year. I expect Bitcoin to minimum gain right here. Minimum. And when we do, I'm cashing out half. Maybe a third. Because I'm not greedy. All those thousands of dollars is play money for me to compound and double up for next year. You know what I mean? So here we are. The 1 year prior. Okay? Here's the halving. From here, we go wink. So anything, bro, honestly though, anything you buy from here on out, if you just hold it, bro, And I'm not saying any coin, the blue chip coin, Bitcoin, maybe so, these Solana, these all other good altcoins too, that people are building on and shit. You know what I mean? They're all gonna move. They're all gonna rock it. There's Bitcoin having we having a celebration, love to get high. It is what it is. Anyways, gotta get some lunch. Everybody have a good day. Stay blessed. And let's start tweaking the minds, getting prepped, getting ready for what's to come. Let's prepare early, right? We're in the 1 year threshold. We're actually about to hit 2 months into the 1 year threshold, 4 more months, and we're in the 6 month threshold. And during that 6 month October, November threshold, I think we're already going to be getting our movement up. So if we dip, right, in the next 4 months, I think it's a really good time to buy shit. Right? If Bitcoin dips to like 20K, I think it's a good time to buy every fucking coin you love. Real. Because from there on out, bro, as you can see on every winning box after 1 year after the Bitcoin event, we're talking about all-time highs are created. Every generational halving, a new all-time high is created. And 1 year prior, 6 months prior, is when things get very volatile and when you want to start dipping your toes in and start thinking about getting your bags ready. Which I'm about to transfer 2,000 USD today, week by week. And have it in fiat. I'm not buying USDT. It's just going to be on fiat on the exchange, ready to purchase when I get a dip. And that's just like my hodl. But then I'm going to be leverage trading like I am right now. I got $300 profit in Bitcoin. I took a trade down here. But, yeah, man. It's going to be fun. I'm getting in the groove. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Have a good day. Sayonara.